morning. Welcome to Greenbuild Boston 2017. My name is Lindsay Roberts. I'm a group director here at Informa Exhibitions, responsible for this event. How and when did Greenbuild begin? It was back in 2002. The USGBC decided they wanted to do an event for their members to celebrate sustainability and start having some of these really important conversations. They were expecting about 500 people and about 100 companies, and they ended up with about 2,000 people and over 200 or 300 exhibitors, and it became one of the largest trade shows in the US about 6 or 7 years later. So some pretty incredible, unprecedented growth in trade shows. We have about 30 different attendee demographics, so primarily architects, engineers, contractors, but it goes much beyond that. We have real estate developers, anyone that would be involved in the built environment as it relates to sustainability. So we were able to secure some pretty amazing speakers this year at Greenbuild. Thursday night we'll have President Bill Clinton speaking to us. He does like to talk a lot around climate change. Our net zero zone. So it's significant for a few reasons, but Greenbuild was the first to ever do it. So we're basically powering a section of the trade show floor outside of the electrical grid. We've got some really cool solar panels and something called a solar flower that's out front of the convention center. We harness that energy, we cable it down through the building onto the show floor and power a whole net zero pavilion. Never been done on any sort of trade show floor before, and we hope it gets bigger. At some point you could power an entire exhibit hall through alternative energy. So the show's incredibly dedicated to ensuring every piece of the production here is done sustainably. All of our official hotel blocks have these special agreements they sign off on, and we've got about 25 different hotels. They will have recycling in every single room. So another thing that's really important to us is measuring our waste diversion rate. So that basically talks about how much of the overall waste we divert away from the local community's landfill. So last year we hit our highest waste diversion rate yet at 90%, and on a trade show that's this big, it's an incredible feat to accomplish. The LA Convention Center was amazing. We're shooting for 91% here in Boston, which again would be the highest waste diversion rate. I think we have about 200 different sets of bins. So we've got the composting, the recycling, and the landfill. That's all in the public space, and we have a volunteer program, about 350 volunteers this year who come in, they dedicate 4 to 8 hours to us, and they work these bins and make sure the attendee and exhibitor audience are disposing of the waste properly. We have those all over the trade show floor. And then in the back of the house from the exhibit hall, where we have a lot of waste, there are literally groups and groups of people who take all of the trash and they go through and they hand sort anything that gets contaminated. And then we also offset the entire carbon and water footprint for the entire week at Greenbuild. So basically every single aspect of the show, we want to have the least environmental impact possible. So some of the changes we've noticed this year in the industry is a really intense focus on human health and wellness as it relates to the built environment. So thinking about the materials we're using in the places where we live, where we work, where we go to school, where we play, and making sure that we've got healthy environments.